Hey y'all, it's BDC. Thanks for stopping by. Today we are doing Empyrion Galactic Survival, and we are doing something in creative mode here. This is going to be a short video on how to cover solar panels with glass and make it look as flush as possible and make it look as even as possible, what have you. A gentleman contacted me. It's been a couple of days now. It was on this actual drop bunker video actually. He was asking how I laid the glass and the solar panels out like this. So I thought that I would make a short little explanation here on how to do it. It's very, very simple. There's nothing to it. One side thing I wanted to mention here, back when I was heavy a couple of years ago into doing a lot of creative base and shipbuilding, creative mode stuff, a lot of construction in this game, I did testing on solar panels, and again, this is just kind of like a a side thing. But one of the things that I tested was the solar input efficiencies of the different styles of solar panels. You have these guys that are more the angular types. Then you can have let's see, there's another one if I recall correctly, but primarily angular types. Then you've got the horizontal ones. What I found, the contrary to what I thought would be the case, instead of stacking multiple angular ones up vertically, the most efficient was having wide sheets of, if you want to call it sheets, basically a large array of horizontal flat ones. They seem to yield the most amount of solar input, so it made the panels the most efficient. So anyway, that's just kind of a side thing. If somebody out there who's watching this disagrees, please feel free to put it down there. But that's the reason why a lot of my base designs they take up a lot of square footage, in terms of width and what have you, because we've got a bunch of horizontal solar panels that are laid out like that in kind of a big area. But anyway, getting back to this thing with the covering it up with glass and stuff. A lot of the bases that I've built in the past, some of these larger production level ones, some of the turret ones, these big turret base ones like this one's, these are flak and artillery, I think, or whatever the hell they are. I use a lot of this armored glass as a covering material on them. And it's basically designed to keep direct damage, primarily bullets from drones, stuff like that, from damaging the panels, because the bases that I build, I try to rely as much as possible on solar to make them as efficient as possible when it comes to fuel consumption stuff. Excuse me. So with that in mind, I look for ways to try and cover these things up. So what I do is, let's go over here and demonstrate real quick. What I do is I use that solar panel right there, this far right one that has the stand on it. The stand is purely aesthetic. There is another one that will match it. That is that one, and it'll have the same exact height, but without the stand, as you can tell here. But I like the stand because it kind of, I don't know, looks more realistic, I guess. Looks like it makes more sense, like it's actually plinked onto a surface or something in the base. I do that, and then what winds up happening there is that the height of the panel with the stand consumes the entirety of the height of one large block. So then past that, and I'll use this guy over here as an example. I kind of whipped this up a minute ago. What I do is I'll place 1/8 inch tall, not 1/8 inch, I keep saying 1/8 inch, I've made this mistake over and over, 1/8 tall of a large blocks there. Here's an example of some of them. Ramp Charlie Low is one, so this is only 1/8 tall. And that basically gives kind of an extra lip right there. So then what we can do is we can grab our regular glass, or in this case, for the sake of this video, the armored glass. And or armored window, actually, I think is what it's technically called. I keep calling it glass, but whatever. We can place this guy down, and he looks like he's a lot more flush with the concrete here. So, I mean, you can build your base out of steel, doesn't really matter, but whatever. You get the idea. So now we have something that's abutting up against the glass here. So you can use the rest of this. You can use these guys to finish it up and kind of dress it up, whatever, and then get a 1x1 in the case of one panel, like yay, or in the case of stacks of multiples, you can use the 2x2s, you know, in rows going across, or however you want to do it, depending upon the layout of the panels. But that's one idea. Another, if you are doing a more of a like a fortress type thing, and you really want this base to be secure, just one extra level of protection, then you can use the heavy glass, the heavy window here. Let's see, we can do the borderless one right here, just as kind of an example of what the aesthetics might look like. And then grab that guy right there, spin him around, and then let's do this. And then I believe there's a corner one in there. You can make it fancy and do something like this, and do round or whatever the heck you want to do. It's really an aesthetic preference. But from there, you can do the half-inch tall, or half-inch. See, I keep doing this. 1/8 inch, half-inch, half tall. My brain is somewhere else right now. So you can do the half-tall blocks right there, and then that makes it lay out flush. So that's one idea that can be done as well. The heavy window glass takes a bunch more silicone, if I remember correctly, to fashion it, to construct it. So it's something to keep in mind in terms of base construction, if resources are a thing that you have to contend with. But anywho, that's basically it. So the glass will protect direct damage shots. I am unsure about splash damage, plasma cannon hits, or rocket explosions, that kind of thing like that. I think those have a range of effect on them, so they may still damage the panel. But certainly your garden variety drones, or lasers or whatever, they're going to plink off of the armored window glass first before they get to the panel. So this is an excellent solution for keeping your panels protected, and also, in my opinion at least, it looks good to boot. So anywho, I hope that helps some of you guys out there. If you would, like and sub, comments and questions down below. I try to answer any and all that I can. And I think that's it. So you guys have a good one, and see you in the next video.